Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't watched my first video, please go to my channel and watch that. It is in regards to PTLS and also in regards to my tubal reversal that is coming up. I don't know when, we haven't scheduled the surgery date, but we have a consultation with the doctor on February 4th at 11 a.m. If you watched my video that I posted yesterday, I wasn't feeling too well because I was just getting over a migraine that I had been dealing with for 4 hours. And that is unfortunately one of the symptoms that comes along with the PTLS. Along with tons of other symptoms that come along with it. If you go on Google and just do your own research and look up symptoms in regards to PTLS, it's actually a really long laundry list of symptoms, and it just goes on and on and on. You don't necessarily have to have every single symptom that's on there, because I most definitely don't, but everybody's body reacts differently. And again, I'm not a doctor, so I can't speak for a doctor or speak like a doctor, so this is just based off of my own experience thus far. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about how I came about finding out that I have PTLS. I recently was dealing with a migraine, and I was in bed with my husband, and it was starting to go away. I think it lasted for about 2 hours. And when it started going away and I was able to talk and open my eyes, my husband asked me, he said, "Okay, babe, I really need you to think about when these migraines started, because you no longer have your old insurance, so obviously we can't go and do 200 units of Botox, so we need to kind of try to start figuring this out on our own." Well, because I don't know if any of you deal with migraines, it's very debilitating. It takes a lot of your energy away. Your focus is really off, so it's really hard to focus. But I tried my best, and I was thinking that before I had children, so during my pregnancies and while I was still basically fertile, I don't remember having them. I started having migraines after my daughter, which is now 10 years old. She's going to be 11 in June, which I talked about yesterday. I started having migraines after I had her. I had my tubes tied about 6 weeks after I had her. So it wasn't too long after that I started noticing these headaches and these horrible I thought that they were just really bad headaches. And eventually I had enough, and I contacted a neurologist, and they took me on and put me on all kinds of different medications. I was on every single medication that you can possibly think of, and nothing worked. And that went on for about 2 or 3 years. And then we found Botox, and that was the only thing that works. So the way that Botox works is they do 200 units. They do some right in here, and then they do about 3 injections right here. And then they go in your head, and they go through your hair, and they do them up here, like in your scalp area. They do the same thing on the other side. They do some right on the top of your head, and then they do the back of your head, and then all the way down the back of your neck, kind of into your shoulder. So it's a lot of injections, but it was the only thing that we found that worked. Well, being that I no longer have insurance, I can't do that anymore, because if I was to pay out of pocket for that, I would be paying $2,000 every 4.5 months, which is not something that I have. So my husband, again, we were laying in bed and he said, we've got to start figuring out how these started and where the root cause, where did they come from? So, you know, I realized, oh my God, I didn't start having them until after I had Delilah, my daughter, my youngest daughter. So I said, babe, do me a favor, go on Google and put into Google migraines in relation to getting your tubes tied. And when he did that, I mean, article after article after article, forums, tons of women all over the place, all over the world, are dealing with the exact same thing. So, the issue with having your tubes tied or clamped, or whether you had them cauterized or burned or cut, however your doctor decided to do it when you had your tubes tied, what happens is it basically cuts off the blood flow to your ovaries, which in turn causes a really bad hormonal imbalance. So obviously women have tons of hormones that are natural. So we have progesterone, we've got estrogen, we've got a little bit of testosterone, and those are our major hormones that play big roles in, you know, tons of things, fertility, growth, all kinds of things. If any of those hormones are off balance, it will throw you into a crazy amount of either mood swings, or you constantly feel like you have PMS, or, you know, again, this is going back to the PTLS, which is post-tubal ligation syndrome. And it just throws off your hormones, which in turn causes you to have all of these horrible symptoms. Not every woman deals with it. Some women are able to get a tubal ligation and they don't have any of these symptoms and they live their normal life and they're totally fine. But according to a study that I read, as of right now, about 37% of women in the US are dealing with the PTLS. Now, the horrible thing about PTLS is when you go to get your tubes tied, they don't warn you about the risks in regards to the PTLS. They simply just warn you about, you know, the surgery, possibilities of bleeding, possibilities of infection. They warn you about anesthesia, all of these other things except for PTLS. So apparently there's a group that is trying to pass a petition to where it basically forces the doctors to disclose that information and make you sign a consent after reading it that those are the risks involved. And I don't know if that pension has passed or not. I really hope it has, because if I would have known this, I most definitely would not have gotten my tubes tied. I would have used some other contraceptive. Hey guys, sorry about that. My husband walked in the door and I was just laying in bed doing a video. Anyway, this light behind me is just like blowing my face out. So what I wanted to, I don't even know where I was at. So I was talking about the warnings that the doctors don't basically give you. And I think that they totally should, but I can't change that. And there's probably not a whole lot of people that can. So I'm just making these videos as awareness for what people are getting themselves into. I did test my hormones, and I only tested my progesterone and my estrogen levels. And I spoke with he's not a doctor, but he deals with hormone levels on a consistent basis. That's basically what he does. He deals with both men and women. And I gave him my test results for my progesterone and my estrogen. And he took a look at it and he said that, or he told my husband that I guess my estrogen levels are really high, making me estrogen dominant, which is not good. You never want to be estrogen dominant, because then you're more prone to breast cancer. You're just more prone to cancer in general. So that is the primary reason why we are going through the surgery for the tubal reversal, just so that I can get my life back and hopefully start feeling better. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be filming throughout the entire process of all of this. I'll be filming. Hopefully, I don't think the doctor will let me have my telephone in the consultation for the tubal reversal, because he's got a strict policy on phones. But I will post a video on the way to the doctor, and I'll post a video after the consultation. Once we schedule the surgery, I will post a video of the surgery day, after the surgery, how I'm feeling after the surgery, the recovery process, all that good stuff. Hopefully give you guys a really good review about how I'm feeling, hopefully within the first few days after surgery. We're really hoping that this will work. I really feel deep down in my heart that it will, because it's the only thing that makes sense at this point. So I'm going to sign off. I forgot to mention yesterday that if you guys like my video, please subscribe to my channel. I don't have very many subscribers, if anyone, because I'm just now starting this journey on YouTube, and but I do want to make a lot of women, hopefully as many women as I can, aware of the risks involved with getting your tubes tied. So like my video, give me a thumbs up, and stay tuned for some more videos. Again, my consultation is February 4th at 11 a.m. And if I think of anything else, I will sign back on and make another video about what I think or how I feel or all that good stuff. So I think I went over everything. You guys have a good day. Bye.